Good evening, everybody. We want to welcome you to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. Hope you're all sitting at home safe and warm with the family tonight. We're in the studio. I've got some good friends in here with me tonight, and it's an exciting time of year for us that we look forward to every year, and that is the Tennessee Boat and Fishing Expo is coming to town this coming week, so we're really looking forward to that. We've got about 9 days left before everything gets kicked off. I've got Josh Lovell in here with me tonight from Expo South. We're going to be talking all about some of the vendors that will be there, some of the seminars, lots of great seminars this year, and there's a big array of the variety of fish that they're going to be covering too. It's not just going to be a bunch of bass guys or a bunch of crappie guys. There's going to be multiple species covered. So looking forward to talking about that. Also later on tonight, we're going to take y'all over to Don Fox Park in Lebanon, Tennessee with TWRA with the trout stocking program and show y'all a trout release over there from just a few weeks ago. So we go ahead and back out, and I'll introduce my guests tonight. Again, I've got Josh Lovell here with me. Good to have you as always, Josh.
Man, I appreciate y'all letting us come.
Good to have you in town, and Dayton down here on the end.
That's right.
Dayton been out fishing today and yesterday and the prior day and all those other days.
And then some days before that.
So we'll talk a little bit tonight about what he's been seeing. They've had some slow days and some great days, just like anybody else. So, but Josh, man, it's that time. Like I say, we look forward to this every year. The 4th, 5th, and 6th is what we're talking about here coming up. That's at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. Beautiful facility over there.
Well, we got to call it Farm Bureau Expo Center.
Farm Bureau Expo Center. That's right. I got to get my names right, but nonetheless, it's a great facility. Yep. We really enjoy being out there. I love the way the building lays out. I think it's a great flow. But you guys are looking forward to another good show there this year.
Yep. I mean, the way I understand it, we got Fish Rangers gonna come back this year. They always have a bunch of stuff and a bunch of really good deals. We got a bunch of seminars this year.
Yeah. I think the seminars, to me, on a local level, I was talking to Wes Stone about this today, as a matter of fact, but on a local level, people want to hear from your local guys. They don't necessarily, there's nothing wrong with listening to a guy telling you how to catch them in Florida, but it's not, it's different, Middle Tennessee. Point being, all these guys here are from our area. They're fishing waters that everybody coming to this show can put the boat in that next weekend and go to the same water these guys fish every day. Right. So I think that makes a big difference, the way that y'all set the seminars up. And we'll hit a little more on these probably later too, but I'll just walk through this list real fast and a little bit on what they'll be doing. But Wilson Frazier will be there. Wilson's a fixture there. He's a fixture. He's always there. And what Wilson does is something a little different than everybody else. And he does sonar and GPS courses there. That's what his seminars are on, is teaching you to better use your electronics. You can have the best electronics that money can buy, and if you don't know how to properly use them, they're worthless to you. You got to know how to use them.
That's right. If you look, Crappie Master's a guy winning it that's doing real well. He's using cane poles.
Yeah. Did you see that the other day? They're using cane poles.
That's right.
But yeah, if you don't know how to use them, they don't do you any good. That's what Wilson will be there talking about. Bobby Gentry, our buddy, is going to be there. He's with Bobby Gentry's Dale Holler Guide Service, and Bobby is going to be talking about what he does. He wrote the book, literally, we say that every time, but he wrote the book on smallmouth. It's sitting right here. I got proof of it. Yep. But nonetheless, Bobby will be obviously talking smallmouth, and he'll be talking different techniques that he uses, especially some springtime techniques, as we're moving forward into the fishing season. So really looking forward to that, and I'm going to see if I can't get Bobby to call in here in a little while too and see if we can pick his brain a little bit.
Out there?
I think they got phones out there as far as he lives now. Rub the crickets, bring them down out of the holler.
That's right.
Another guy real well, Dayton, Mr. Mark Travis is going to be out there,
he can catch them.
Mark, very well-known crappie fisherman here, and most of the time he's right here in Middle Tennessee. Spends a lot of his time right there out of Fate Sanders on Percy Priest Lake, and Mark's going to be talking about crappie techniques. Now, he is the first person that I ever knew of with one of the Garmins.
Right.
And we went out and filmed a show with him. It's been several years ago now, and it was a pretty new deal then, and so he's got a very vast knowledge of not only the Garmin equipment, but also the crappie, the movement of crappie on the Middle Tennessee Lake. So that's going to be some really good seminars coming from Mark. Now, so let's switch gears completely again. J.G. Allman's going to be there. and JG's with Tennessee Moving Waters Guide Service, and he's going to be talking about muskie fishing in the state of Tennessee.
JG has got a multi-species. I mean, everybody's got their own, but JG take your muskie, take your walleye. I mean, he's
smallmouth.
Smallmouth.
He catches some beautiful smallmouth.
His knowledge is great, just like the rest of the guys. But
yeah,
I just really enjoy JG.
And he gives a great seminar. You know, he's great getting up there and speaking and
he's just
explaining
knowledgeable about everything. If you get to talking to him besides fishing, he is an extraordinary man.
And what sets it, that his seminars a little bit aside too is it's moving waters guide service. But my point is it's rivers, streams. He spends his time on some of our smaller tributaries and waterways and things like that, and catches some huge fish. Fishing the way that he does. So that's totally different take than some of the other guys there. Chris Snow Spin Baits. He's going to be there. Now he'll be talking, I'm sure, finesse fishing, and that's what Chris is known for, is the way that he finesse fishes for bass, especially Center Hill Lake. And
a fine person.
He is a fine person, and
he's a great man. He's awesome.
We've really enjoyed getting to know Chris over time, and we use a lot of his baits. We show you guys a lot of his baits here on the show, and looking forward to hearing from him. Brian Carper, he's going to be there. Brian Carper's Guide Service. A lot of you already know who Brian is. He's another one of our great guides here in Middle Tennessee, and they're going to, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to switch it up a little bit. I think they're going to do some crappie and some bass, as far as, because several of these folks, by the way, will be doing seminars each day. We've got them scheduled to where if you come on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or all the above, we've got it spread out where you can come in and enjoy some of these different things. And then, our buddy Daniel Brown over at Real Deal, we've done several shows with him, and they catch all species too, but he's really more known for hybrid and white bass, but he's a great hybrid fisherman, and he'll be talking basically hybrid and white bass.
And a lot of these guys are all live scope and knowledgeable. So if you have a few questions you want to ask them, feel free to ask them. They're just waiting to let you learn and teach you something to help you along the way.
Yeah, and again, they're just outdoorsmen just like us. I mean, they're from right here in the community, and that's what I love about the way it's set up with you guys, is that you've got these local people coming in here that are willing to share their knowledge, and let you know what's going on, what's working for them, and what's not working for them. Either way. But you can go in there and meet them, and then go right back out in the showroom and pick up some, whatever, some of the jigs that they're talking about, or a rod, from one of the vendors.
Well, even if you got more questions at the show, you can always go to their booth and they'll still talk to you, right?
Absolutely. Every one of them going to be there the whole time.
And that's another thing about the show. There's so much product that you don't get to get that, and it's, it's coming back. We had the COVID and had all that stuff over these last few years. So it's bouncing back from all this stuff. So, at least we got some product and stuff to get, get our hands on.
I'm looking forward to that, to seeing what all's starting to come back around, and then just the camaraderie of it. I mean, it's kind of the kickoff, so to speak, of the fishing season. Fishing never really stops, especially for people like you. I fish some in the winter. You fish in the winter as much as you fish in the spring or summer, any other time. But, for a lot of people, we're coming up on February. It's kind of it's kickoff time. We're getting fired up. We'll get into it a little more here in a minute. We've got some great weather coming up. Okay, and that's kind of what's going to push us into.
And get it ready.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to push us in.
The fish are already full of eggs. They're just down there gorging right now on bait and stuff.
Yeah.
But all your fish, whether it be a hybrid, a crappie, a sauger, walleye, stripe, are loaded with eggs.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, when this little bit of warm weather gets here, I've already seen buttercups blooming. So
we saw those when we was out rabbit hunting the other day.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm telling you, it don't take many days of that 62-degree weather to make a difference. And then you get 65-degree day and get a 2-inch rain. Well, you just change the creek channel water from 47 and 45 degrees up to 55 and 58.
Yeah.
So all your fish in them creeks are fixing to run back up in there. And I'm going to tell you where Brandon catches all of his crappie here later on and give you a GPS point off the bank in a little while.
Go ahead and get the coordinates set up. We'll do a giveaway. Matter of fact, we're going to have some giveaways tonight. Maybe we'll add that to the giveaway. We'll give you some GPS coordinates to my favorite spots over there. I will be down on some of my favorite spots, checking them out this week, especially with that rain. You mentioned it, but you know, it warms the water up a lot faster even than warm air temperatures do. When you get that warm rain, it brings the water up.
Absolutely.
And that'll get everybody fired up, Josh. Be a good week to fish.
Oh, yeah.
They'll start catching some fish and getting the fever and get down there to the show. The show kicks off Friday. Let's talk just a little bit about the hours on that. Friday, 12 o'clock. It's always open a little bit later on Friday. Give folks a little time to get off. A lot of people take off half a day and come down. We always have a good crowd on Friday, actually. I mean, I think it does really well on Friday. But Friday, 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So that's your latest day to be there. Y'all can be there at 8 o'clock Friday. Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 7 p.m. So we'll be there all day Saturday. And we've got seminars running throughout that whole time. And, you know, there'll be specials going on. You know, we MC the event usually, and I'll be walking around making announcements. Well, such and such come down there and say, hey, tell them to come to my booth and, you know, 10% off right now. Come down there and see me, whatever. So you want to be paying attention to that kind of stuff, too.
We got raffle prizes. Got another kayak this year.
Yep, we got another kayak. This will be by Music City Outdoors is doing it this year. And, I mean, I've looked at the kayak already. It's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Music City will have kayaks for sale on site, and we have one other kayak dealer that'll be there this year. We have RVs this year.
People love the RVs. I mean, they do.
But you got a lot of families.
Yeah.
You come in, you already have a boat. Well, you can go buy an RV, hook it up, and roll onto the lake.
Yeah.
Or you got at least got an idea. At least you've got to look at it and know, where to go back to or who to contact when you do get ready.
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, guys, let's go on over and get ready to do this week's wild game forecast. It's being sponsored by our friends over at Wilson Bank and Trust. They've been taking care of all your banking and financial needs now for over 30 years. Be sure to stop in and tell them thank you while you're there for everything they do for us here at the show. All right, guys, well, we kind of introed into this a little already, but we really do have what looks to be this coming week, Dayton, a very good week. We've got some warmer weather coming in next week, some nice days. When I say nice, I'm not really talking about bluebird skies. I'm talking about overcast, a little rainy, and up close to 60 degrees.
Right.
And I think, like you said, that's really going to get those fish kind of moving into the creeks. That's where I like them to be. And I don't think it's going to be very long before we start seeing some of this going on.
Warm rain. It takes longer if you have to warm the lake by days of sunshine versus getting 3 inches of 62-degree rainwater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that does
it'll take 3 weeks to warm a bank up 8 degrees if it gets cold at night, but overnight you can dump 62-degree water and change the whole thing's changed completely.
Yeah, once that water clears
a little bit, it's game on. Once the water starts coming and it's all chocolate milk and that starts breaking a little bit, it's on.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook, keep up with us there, and we will take you along on several different things. We actually were live for a little while today on a pheasant hunt that we were on, so looking forward to sharing that here in a few weeks. But follow us there, also at swwtv.com. You can find links to all of our sponsors and all of our past shows there. We'll be back here in just a minute with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.